This film feels like a carbon copy of the first film with a different storyline. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Did I go to the first viewing of Moana that they had available at the cinema first thing in the morning by myself? Yes, I did. As you can tell by the title of the video, this way, that way, we are going to be talking about Moana 2. This is going to be a movie review, so some of you might have been expecting this, or this might be your first video. And if so, hi. A few months ago, or maybe even like last year, I don't know when the trailer came out, I did a trailer reaction video, which I will link down in the description if you guys want to go watch that first before you watch this, because I think I did some guessing about things that were maybe gonna happen. Actually, I can't remember. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't know. But anyways, today I am going to be giving my thoughts on the film because I have a lot. So I think how I'm going to set out with this video is, firstly, I'm going to go over the premise of the story. So like the synopsis, the storyline, what's happening. This video will contain spoilers. So if you have not seen the film and you want to, I would suggest going and seeing the film first, and then you can come back and watch this video if you want to. And if you've not seen the film but you want to watch the trailer, you can check out my other video and then come back and watch this one. But if you have seen the film, then you are in the right place, my friend. Yes. It will be synopsis time first, and then I think I'm going to go into the things I liked about this film, and then the things I didn't like about this film, and then my overall thoughts at the end. So yeah, let's just get right into this. And to those people who haven't seen the film yet, bye, because it's spoiler time. So we begin the film with Moana looking for different civilizations on different islands, and we see that she has grown from the last film and she's now a master wayfinder, and she has the whole village adoring her. Like, everyone's obsessed. There's like Moana little wannabe fans and stuff, but no one is more obsessed than her little sister, who's really cute. I will put her name here. I know it starts with an S, but she wasn't really in the film that much, so I can't remember her name. So on one of the islands that Moana is visiting, she finds a pot with like carvings on it, and there's like an island with like constellations, which shows her that there are other people, like other civilizations out there, which is what she's been looking for. Moana's village then decides to make her Tautai Moana, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is basically like a chief wayfinder. And at the ceremony, she receives a vision from her ancestor. I think his name is like Tautai Vasa. This guy here, he was in the previous film. Gives her a vision showing her that he was on his way to the island Motufetu, which was the island that was drawn on the pot that she found. But this island was cursed by the god Nalo, and he like wanted control over all mortals, so he decided to like separate the islands so everyone would be like separated and they couldn't all like come together and be against him, or I don't know. He just doesn't like mortals, so he separated them all via a cursed ocean. And her ancestor Tautai Vasa, who's giving her the vision, says that he never returned from the island, so he died there, and says that if she doesn't find the island and reunite the people of her, or the ocean, then her island will be destroyed and end up like desolate. So it's not a good time. So naturally, again, Moana answers the call, but this time it's from her ancestors rather than the ocean, and goes in search of Motufetu. However, this time she's not alone. She brings an old farmer man, like this engineer, architect kind of chick, I don't know the term for it, and like storyteller dude. And I genuinely could not tell you for the life of me what their names are, which I feel like is kind of telling, but we'll get into that later. So we have those three new crew members, and then we have Pua, who's the pig, and then we have Hey Hey, the chicken that was in it last time, who goes like, oh, for the whole film. So they then run into the Kakamora, which are these like coconut beings from the first film, and I'm absolutely sure I started my Moana trailer reaction video with like, coconuts, I hate them, or something, because I literally hated them so much, but I actually love them in this, so there has been an upgrade. and it's amazing. So yeah, they get attacked by the Kakamora, and then we also find out that the Kakamora are also looking for Motu Fetu because their home is in the same ocean, I think, as Motu Fetu, so they've been like trying to get back to it this whole time. And they then join forces with Moana to try like get past this evil clam monster thing that's in the way. And I'm not even joking, I literally had tears in my eyes at this scene because there's the Kakamora ship and then there's Moana's boat, which is tied via a rope, and Moana is sailing into the big clam to try and paralyze it so they can get through, and the Kakamora's ship is like attached to like a rock or something, like it's like an anchor basically, like holding Moana. So Moana is in the clam and all the crew's like pew 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 try to like paralyze this thing, and they end up like getting sucked down like its throat, I guess. Like they're a way to like fall down, but the only thing holding them there is the Kakamora ship, and it starts to like come, like they will be swallowed as well. And there's a single Kakamora, absolute legend, absolutely my favorite character in this film. A single Kakamora who's like the vice chief or something, I think, swings along the little rope and he's like trying to help out Moana and that. And then he sees his like friends are a way to like, his whole tribe is a way to be like sucked into this clam's like stomach. So he does like a little salute to his whole tribe and then cuts the boat so they won't get like killed, and it's actually the like saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, oh my god. Best character in the film. He saves his whole tribe and then they get swallowed into the clam. And then all of the gang falls into this chamber, apart from Moana, who gets juiced off a different tunnel. They all fall into this chamber where they find a Maui. And the storyteller guy who's on the Moana's crew is obsessed with Maui. The guy has like fan fiction everywhere. So this is the best day ever for him. Get swallowed by a massive clam, meet your hero. It's a fun time. So we find out that Maui was like trapped there by an evil bat lady, and then we find out that Moana is with said evil bat lady. Turns out she is not that evil, and she probably has the best song in the entire film, which is not hard. But we'll get into that later. But in her song, basically, she's like saying to Moana and teaching her that there's like always another way to like do things, so you know that's gonna be like a key theme and it's gonna come into play later. But this is her name is Matangi, and I think, like, I don't know if anyone else like noticed this or if it's even the same word, but I'm gonna look it up. In the first Moana, there's like this song where Moana's like near the ocean, and then it also comes back when Moana is facing Te Fiti at the end, and I'm sure that has that name in it. So I'm gonna actually find out. I think this is it. See? Matangi, you know? Yeah, right, you know? I don't know what it means, but she's got the same name as whatever they're saying in that song. So, I don't know. We're gonna see. But anyways, Matangi leads Moana to the God's Portal, which is kind of like that massive circular portal that Maui like opens the door to get into the monster realm in the first film. And Moana does the same like ritual and it opens for her, which everyone was shook at. So they all go through this portal, minus the evil lady, because that god Nalo had like cursed her and she's like trapped there and she's like his guard. So yeah, she ain't coming, but she's cool. So we leave her there. Then through the portal, they then arrive at the cursed ocean where Maui tells Moana that the god Nalo had actually sunk Motu Fetu. So it is lying on the bottom of the ocean, a bit like Atlantis, and he tells them that basically they're all going to die. Yikes. She should have probably listened to that one. And then literally 2 seconds later, they all get attacked by these like massive sea serpents that live in the cursed ocean and almost die. But anyways, they get washed up onto a beach where Maui comforts Moana and like tells her like, you can do this, which is funny because that's like what she did in the last film. If you remember, Maui, 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 you're so amazing. But anyways, also on this island, they also find Tao Tai Vasa's boat, because remember he was going to find Motu Fetu but then unfortunately died, so his boat is there. And after her low point, Moana goes back ready to give her big speech, and her crew have already like repaired their canoe and merged like Tao Tai Vasa's boat with their boat, so it's like their ancestors are like with them, and it's just cute. So they're all ready to fight, and the plan is that Maui will pull the island from the sea and Moana will be the first human to touch it, which will break the curse. And here's where it all happens. Maui is like pulling the island up and he gets hit by like beams of power coming from like every direction, and all his like tattoos get like removed, and you know the cute little Maui that's on his like peck or whatever it's called gets like soaked away. So sad. So Maui gets like turned into a human and he falls out of the sky and lands in the ocean. And Moana, of course, listening to the evil Bat Lady's song, remembers there is another way to do things, so she dives into the ocean off the canoe to try and get down to the island to touch it, but she's like swimming and her hand is reaching to like touch the island, but there's like a bolt of like evil power like behind her, and it's like, will she get there? Will she not get there? She gets there, but as soon as she touches the island, she gets killed. Did you see that coming? Because I didn't. She is dead. And then Maui dives down and is like holding her body when he like starts this chant that is like calling for help, and Moana's ancestors and her grandma like all appear, and they're all like have this like blue light because they're obviously like ghosts, and they all start chanting as well, and they form the like circle like that was on her boat, this one here, and I think it was on her like the heart of Tafiti as well, but oh, it was insane. So yeah, she comes back to life and she has a cool new tattoo that's all like lit up and glowing, which was super cool. But like, is she a demigod now? Like, I don't understand the significance. She's brought back to life, and obviously Maui has tattoos, and then Moana's given a magical tattoo, so is she a demigod? You know? But after this, Maui then raises the island, and we then hear like different horns, and then all the like different wayfinders from all their different islands that they've been separated from like come and are all together. And then we end the film with like Moana arriving back to her island with literally like 50 other canoes. I don't know where all these people are going on their island, but they're all connected. But did you think that was the end? No, because in the credits, we see the evil god Nalo going to punish Matangi, evil bat lady, and then Tamatoa, the crab from the first film, shows up and offers to help take down Moana. So there will be a Moana 3, but I'm like confused because obviously the god Nalo we see at the end has a physical body, so why did we only see him at the end credits and not during the whole film? Like, why was it just his power that they were fighting and not actually him if he exists? So I don't really get that. So yeah, that was the synopsis of what happened in the film, and now we're going to move on to the things I liked. So one of the things I liked is that Moana has like come into herself more. Like, she is confident in who she is, what she wants, and has clearly practiced the skills that Maui has taught her in the last film, and is now a master wayfinder. So I like that like continuation of like, she's actually like evolved over the years and has become who she wanted to be in the last film. So I really like that. And kind of in line with that, I also really liked the culture. Like, you could see it like in the ceremony where the village made her Tautai Moana, and when they were like sending her off like on the voyage and they were doing like their like ceremony. I also like the fact that we got more backstory on the Kakamoras, and you felt like connected to them in this. Like, you know what they're there for, you know they have a purpose, what they're doing, their reason. Whereas in the last film, it just felt like they were like a silly add-on that was just like there for kids. They're just were a bit silly, but now they were like actually like you felt for them. So this was a good development. And of course when that little Kakamora sacrificed himself for his whole tribe. So moving, so moving. Like you need to have stakes, you need to have scenes that move you, and that scene moved me so much. And another moving scene that I really liked was at the end when Moana gets killed and Maui's like holding her body and all of her like ancestors come, because that's like a key theme throughout this film. And the last film is like their cultures like really rooted in like ancestry, and the ancestors are really important, and I feel like that was shown so well. And just when people all come together, it was like so moving. So yeah, absolutely love that. And I love the fact that they gave her a tattoo. Yes. And in terms of characters also, obviously, like I said, I liked Matangi, the evil bat lady. Like her character design is sick, so whoever created her, yes, I am a fan. I like her, and I'm interested to see like what they're going to do with her character. Like why did she get punished? Like why is she trapped there by that god? Like what's the history? So yeah, I think that's all the things I like that I can really think of right now. So now we are going to move on to the things I didn't like. So the main thing that I really noticed is that this film feels like a carbon copy of the first film with a different storyline. All the beats were exactly the same. Moana starts with a song about island life. Moana 2 starts with a song about island life. Moana gets a call from the ocean. Moana gets a call from her ancestors. She leaves the people that she loves behind, and if she fails, her island will be destroyed. Then she sings a song in the first one about how far she'll go. Then she sings a song in this one about if she goes beyond. In the same locations as well, which I know it's gonna be like a callback to her singing that song, but it's the same. Then Maui teaches Moana how to wayfind. Moana teaches those 3 new crew members how to wayfind. Maui and Moana get attacked by Kakamora, and Maui gets paralyzed. Moana's and her crew get attacked by Kakamora, and they all get paralyzed. She has to enter a monster realm type of area. We have Tamatoa the crab, then we have the evil bat lady in this one. Moana 1, they go to try and fight lava monster, and Maui and Moana both have their low points, versus they go to Motu Fetu to have the boat destroyed, and then Moana has a low point. They get the boats fixed and then try again. Moana then uses her new plan to try and defeat the monster. And then with the end, the only one is, yeah, Moana dies at the end. So that one is a bit different. So it's literally like the same movie, but with a different storyline. You could genuinely tell what was gonna happen next because it just was the exact same as the last one. I'm like, there is like calling back to the first film with like her getting paralyzed by the Kakamora this time instead, or certain locations or certain things you want to like call back and you're like, oh yeah, I get that. But like this was like the whole film. It was just like the director or whoever wrote the script just copy and pasted the story beats into the second film and just slapped on a new story. Oh, and don't even get me started on the songs. The composition of these songs was awful. There are only 2 songs which I liked, which is the Evil Bat Lady song and then Go Beyond, I think it is, which Moana sings. And the rest, they're just like, really lacked range, and they were kind of just like more talking / rap than actually utilizing the actors' like vocal ability and having like absolute bangers. Like, you know, like they can actually sing, so why are you talking? Like, no. And Maui's song like really had potential, but they just ruined it with like the inclusion of like Jihu. Like I know that's like Maui's thing, but like the song was good. Like it had Moana blah 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 blah, whatever it was, I can't remember. But it was then the Jihu was like added in and it just like threw you off. Like the song had a vibe and then it just added that on and it was just like made it really bad. The songs were just really flat. And also I think Maui and Moana should have had a duet, like, you know, how good would that have been? So that was a missed opportunity. Like the songs in the first one are like all amazing, minus the crab song. Ooh, hate that. They just didn't have the usual like Disney magic, in my opinion. And I mentioned the characters before that I couldn't remember their name. Well, this comes into the lack of character development. Like I felt more for that single Kakamora than I did for any of the 3 other humans that were on the crew. Like I felt more for a coconut than I did for these 3 human people that were on the crew and supposed to be part of the film. I don't know their names and no one knows anything about them apart from their like initial, oh, she like fixes canoes, he writes stories, he's a farmer. That's it. Don't, like, what else is about them? You know what I mean? They were super flat characters, and like when they existed for like comic relief, which was fine, like they were funny, there were some funny moments, but also they were just like flat. Like they felt like so two-dimensional. Where's your backstory? What else about you like is gonna make me care? So yeah, they just kind of felt a bit like add-ons to broaden out the story from it not being a repeat of just Maui and Moana on the ocean again. So yeah, they just kind of fell a bit flat for me. So yeah, I think that was all I had to say on what I don't like. This was just my opinion. Like, these thoughts are all my opinions. You guys obviously are entitled to your own thoughts. Maybe you didn't notice this at all, but like personally for me, I just noticed this. And though this like took away a little bit of my enjoyment for the film, like I still enjoyed it. So yeah, we're going to go into our overall thoughts, which are that I did like the film. I think it's one of those ones that you need to watch again. Like, this was just my first impression from seeing it, that these are things that really stood out to me that I noticed, but I still like enjoyed the film and I would watch it again. Like, it is a good time, it's fun, like you're having an enjoyable time watching it. But as someone who's like very into story, these are really things that like stood out. But even though I found the film lacking in some areas, I do still appreciate all of the hard work that everyone involved like put in, especially like the actors and like everyone else behind the animation and like just everything, though minus the songs probably, because they just I really just did not like them. Wasn't a fan, which is so disappointing because I love Auli'i Cravalho, who plays Moana. Her voice is insane. She does loads of singing and she's like amazing. And I love how she plays Moana, that you can feel her like spirit and energy like through her voice, like through her acting. So yeah, I was a big fan of her. I love her. And everyone else was amazing as well. And these moving scenes were moving, so where it was supposed to be moving like it was, but I feel like they need to incorporate that more into the next film with like some higher stakes. Like, it just seems like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen to Moana's island and that's why she needs to do it. But like, I feel like there just needs to be like something else. And like I said before, I really enjoyed the cultural aspect. Like, you really see the Polynesian culture that they were trying to like incorporate and show throughout the film. And it's really interesting to see like other cultures be like represented like that, especially like Polynesian, like Hawaii and Samoa and that, like the islands, because, well, I'm on an island because I live in Britain, but like other islands that are so far away and they have totally different culture, so it's interesting to like experience that through a film. But yeah, I am excited for Moana 3 and I am interested to see what they are gonna do with the evil god Nalo and like what's gonna happen with like him and Matangi and then all of the people coming together. I feel like it's gonna be all of the people now, since they're all reunited, they're all gonna have to come together and fight against the god Nalu. And I wonder if there'll be more gods, because obviously there's like Maui's a demigod and Matangi, I don't know, maybe she's a god as well, I don't actually know. And then we have Nalu, so maybe we're gonna get some more gods, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that was my thoughts on Moana 2. Let me know what you guys thought of the film, if you thought differently, if you thought the same. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't, let me know in the comments below, because I enjoy talking to you guys in the comments. And if you comment, it will also help my video rise to the top and then I can connect with more of you guys. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more film kind of content and also bookish content, maybe coming soon. We'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.